Hey y'all, the cursed prophet back. Did I say prophet? The cursed prophet back again with another video, with another psychic intuitive read of a celebrity, or should I say celebrities. Some call me Moses, a root man, a conjure man, a psychic, clairaudient. Some call me bitches in house too. But that's besides the point. Today, the topic is drum roll, please. And we don't have any edits, anybody working on my videos. So we're going to imagine that there's a drum roll in the back. And since we are a spiritual community, we can imagine that. I would hope. Oh, give me a second because this throat is dry. Girl. Alright. So let's talk about Ryan Henry. So the other night when I posted on Jackie Christie and Malaysia Pargo, I had went right in and was going to do a video on Ryan Henry, and I was kind of all over the place. And I think I explained in the first video, if you are looking to make a YouTube page, it's kind of like with acting, like when you pump your kids up, and when we're growing up, a lot of us really used to could sing. A lot of like me, like I used to could sing my butt off, and I still can carry a nice tune. You don't ever stop being able to sing. But as I came into myself as a real singer and had overcame my stage fright, I had always did community theater and school theater and other branches of theater and music, advanced music at that. But once I had come into myself, I went right into smoking cigarettes, just as most of us do when we're 18 and 19 and experimenting with stuff. So I really did a lot of harsh stuff to my voice, and my voice was actually very sensitive anyway. I was very high tenor, but that's besides the point. I digress. So we're here to talk about Ryan Henry. And this last season, in a sense, or the last few episodes of 9mag, Black Ink Crew, Chicago. And I wanted to talk about Ryan because Ryan is sad. I'm sorry, he's sad. He's definitely he's definitely what you would call the term, or you would use the term for, looks can be deceiving, because Ryan is fine as fuck. Let's just all give it to him. And I didn't know he was mixed with, I think it's Japanese or Asian. One or the other. I didn't know that, but that just added to more. So I said, okay, that's where that slicky, nice black hair is coming in. I thought he was just mixed. You know, a lot of mixed people have that nice, pretty hair, especially if you throw a perm in it. God damn, girl, that should be laid. But he definitely is a looks can be deceiving. So let's break down Ryan Henry. Okay, so for me, where I really started to see the struggle, or the power struggle, or the need to be seen, was very early on in the seasons. But this season and last season really struck out. I think last season it was when Ford kind of dropped the dime about his depression. And it may have been this season. I know the Black Ink Chicago and New York keep like the throwing seasons out there like back to back to back to back. So it kind of confuses you. It's like they're off for like maybe a month or two, or even a couple of weeks. I know Black Ink Crew New York, I think, came back really quick last season, right after the season had dropped off. Which is great for us reality TV lovers. But with once Ford came out and dropped the bomb that he was depressed, you know, they had the episode where they had all went out together. I think this is the first outing of the season where they were all together again. And I know Rachel was there. All of the people from 9mag, I think even Lily was there. And they were all sitting at the table. And of course, Ryan, with his sad ass, was sitting head of the table. And, you know, they were going back and forth. Of course, Charmaine was crying her same old story. Shit's not the same. We used to party and get drunk. And I'm going to get to her next, too, because I can totally relate to where she was coming from. But what really stuck out to me was that Ryan had brought up the fact that in times of need, or I can't remember what particular situation he was talking about, where he was like, there were certain things I was going through, and he pretty much said, you know, Ford got all of this support, but you guys never supported me in that same way. So right then and there, boom, I saw the jealousy, which there should never be any jealousy towards a person who is really going through mental health. And it's not, for all of you who are studying psychology, you know about our, it's not NPD, because like I said, I have a history of actually working in a mental hospital for 4.5 years, a very prestigious one here in Virginia. What is it? Personality disorder. I think there's a B before too. Oh, borderline personality disorder. So those may tend to seek out attention from people and cause certain scenarios to get the attention that they're seeking. So the people with a borderline personality disorder tend to will do that. But I think 4 was coming from a place of sincerity, and you saw the jealousy of Ryan. And what I get from Ryan is, and the whole reason why he is shutting down 9mag, and the whole reason why he started to get distant as the seasons went on, is that he wanted this approval from his staff and from his colleagues, and he never got this. And he continuously I would say, pulled stunts to try and get it, and he never got it. And I know I keep calling him sad, but I will say it is kind of sad. I feel his pain. I mean, I'm the manager. This is my shop. A lot of you were here, and you built it up from ground up with your bare hands with me. But at the end of the day, this is my shit. And nobody ever really gave him that respect. So I get that. So at first it was fun, and then shit started to get real. And my last video, what I was talking about is I most definitely see a sacrifice coming up. I'm not sure if it's going to be a 9mag person. I definitely talked about the people who I thought were definitely could not have an X on them right now, which anybody can get sacrificed. If you think you can, you're definitely tripping, especially if you were in the entertainment business, whether that's singing, dancing, or acting, or whatever it is, or any other type of career, especially when you get up to higher places. And maybe you're not the person working, maybe it's your father, your husband, or your brother. Any of you could be sacrificed, especially if they have not paid their dues yet. I feel like over the course of the seasons, I know that we had a few deaths from the cast. A few of them experienced some deaths, but I feel like Ryan, you could definitely tell he was on some kind of, I don't want to say Illuminati, because I feel like that word now is getting played out, and nobody even really uses that anymore, and I think that's because YouTube really made it a point to kind of take down a lot of these videos about the Illuminati, so now people talk about it from a different standpoint, but we're still talking about this elite group that kind of does stuff shady, especially if you are not a part of this or you know nothing about it. It's going to seem very shady, but a lot of us come from families like this and we're very aware of it. But yeah, for me, you definitely can see the transition. Like I remember before making the comment, when they wanted him to sign the contract, I think it was to either work there or to even do the interview. They were like, everybody had to sign a contract, and he was like, yo, this feels like some Illuminati shit, and it does. And you can definitely tell the way that Ryan is setting up the new shop, he's definitely, I can feel intuitively that he is signed on with some higher up people. And I feel like he's always been signed up with these people, but I feel like he's definitely in the midst of signing a lot of contracts, and a lot of people just have to go. And I don't mean sacrifice, but a lot of them are going to be collateral damage. Like, y'all got to go. Y'all are still on this hood rat shit. Ryan wants to kind of be like white collared, but for me, he's trying too hard. Like, you already look good. You're already successful. Bask in the moment, but he can't do that. There's something inner or with inside of him that just will not let him be happy in the way that he wants to be happy. And it could be the people. I know that certain people will drag you down when you get on a certain vibration. For those of you who just got into the spiritual community, as you elevate, a lot of people that you are around, you will not be able to be around them. Either they'll irritate you, or it will be just, you will have, in a sense of politics, a different standing, if for lack of better words. So Ron Henry, he's just sad to me, and I really hate it. He's just really sad. But I want to talk about the people who are definitely off limits. So we know he fired Charmaine. Charmaine definitely is not going to be up for a sacrifice. I feel like she comes from a family of Masons, and I feel like she in her own right is on the same pedestal, or in the same she holds the same standing kind of as Ryan, so to speak. We know that 4 and Don, of course, we saw in the episode, he's going to take them over to the new shop, and we will see how it goes, but they're definitely not up for a sacrifice, I don't think. I think 4, he could be a collateral damage one. He could be one that Because you know how Hollywood does. Once they figure out you have a drug addiction and you did someone wrong and they expose it, that definitely puts you in a red area down the line to where they can use this as well, he committed suicide or he overdosed. So Ford could be way down the line, but I don't see that for him. I actually see some other things going on with Ford that might surprise you guys, and I feel like I'm really shocked that I've never seen this in the comic strips, that people are not peeping this about for this thing that I'm talking about, or this secret. But nonetheless, I'm just going to leave that where that is. You guys figure it out. I feel like some of you may know what I'm talking about, but that is what it is. But intuitively for Ryan, I see contracts, most definitely, and I know some of you guys are going to say, well, yeah, he's a business owner. Of course, there's probably a lot of contracts all the time. No, I see some very higher up elite contracts going on right now. One thing I want to add too is I don't like the fact that Ryan a lot of times knows months in advance that he's getting ready to chop a lot of people, and then he'll just do it, and then he does it cockily. And what's so funny is that it always blows up in his face. He always tries to pull this "I'm so hardcore, I don't give a fuck what you think, like I'm the manager, I said everyone's fired, that's it, and that's the fuck all." Like, he's still trying to get this reaction that he'll never get. More so, you're just pissing people off and you're hurting their feelings. The people I'm getting beside myself. This is more so the reason why he has the new staff that he has now. They're like ass kissing. He picked the perfect people, or they were probably picked for him to work at this new shop, but he works with them for a reason. They give him a certain type of energy that he's been looking for. And kudos to you. I don't mean to drag Ryan because I like Ryan and I don't know Ryan, but I like him when I see him on the show. But as far as energy, he definitely has always been trying to pull for this certain recognition, and he's never going to get it from the regular niggas who were at the regular shop. Like, you're not going to get it. You're just not going to get it. It's like some of them sometimes act brain dead, or maybe they're just too street. Like, nigga, I'm not giving you that. I'm not finna kiss your feet, like, for no job, or just because you want me to kiss your feet. And a lot of that could be because a lot of times when he breaks stuff down to people, he comes off very cocky. I think he's a Scorpio, if I'm not confused. He may be a Pisces. But if he's a Scorpio, I totally get that. They can be very egotistical and very mean at times, and very well, you know about the stinger. They'll sting you. And that's basically what he did in this last episode. He stung everybody, and then in a sense went behind everybody's back and pulled in the people he wants to take with him. And I feel like he pulled Don and 4over1 because he didn't want no smoke out in the streets. Because I feel like they're a part of some kind of gang or brotherhood in a sense. I feel like they're in cahoots somehow. This is Chicago. Like, they're very, very heavy into some deep shit and dark shit out there. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. My uncle is from Chicago, and I've been hearing this shit since I was like 3 and 4. Like, Chirac, whatever. He's directly from there, and he had a bunch of brothers and sisters, and not a lot of them are still living at this time. A lot of them died very early on, worked for the government. 2 + 2 = 4. You guys do the math. And I know this video seems more like an opinion, more so than a psychic reading. I don't have cards. I'm just kind of channeling, and I'm just kind of thinking. I really live for my reality TV. I really do. It was definitely created for me. And that's what I pick up from Ryan. I just feel it's a sadness. And I feel like it's going to take him a very, very, very long time to fill this void. I feel like there's a lot of secrets that he harbors too. I feel like they have exposed a lot on Black Ink Crew Chicago, but I feel like he holds a lot of secrets, or like somebody in his family that he wanted to be told he was loved by never ever said I love you. Like, he gives me that. I was just doing a reading this week, and I had a person or a client like that, and I was like, this is a really nice guy, but for some reason I feel like he was never hugged or never told I love you, or what you're doing is a shit, to a point where he believed it. I feel like people tell him all the time, like, you were doing your damn thing, but there are certain people that he wanted to get this from, and he never did. So this may not have been an intuitive reading, but more so of an opinion, which I guess this is where this page is leaning. I'm going to definitely bring my psychic and spiritual intuition and my knowledge. So we're going to talk about a lot of stuff. Hollywood, regular life. Eventually I will show my face, but I know you bitches will drag the fuck out of somebody. Like, I don't have no set up for this page. Like, this is just kind of something I'm doing. And kind of just to relieve, I guess, some of my inner thoughts, some things you can't talk to with everybody, which is a subject I could talk to with everybody, but, so let's get to Charmaine. Charmaine, unfortunately, Charmaine gives me that high school effect. Like when you're in high school and you meet your new group of friends, or even the friends you carried over from middle school and elementary, and y'all are always used to drinking and smoking, especially when you get in high school. Y'all start experimenting and everything is fun. Like you're skipping school, or maybe you're getting good grades and you're attending school, and on the weekends you're doing your damn thing. That's kind of how it was for me. And then once you get out of high school, things kind of change because people go to college, or even if all of you who were in this group stay in the same city and state, things change. Like people who you used to fuck with would just kind of disappear. It's like when you hit that 18 mark, and it's like as soon as you hit 18, like something in the universe, like within those next few weeks that you have been 18, you will feel it. Like something in you just feels kind of funny. It's like you're kind of aware that you're grown, but you're not grown. I don't know how to explain it. For those of you who just turned 18, you know what I'm talking about, and those who are older than 18, I'm gonna guess you know what I'm talking about. But I feel like that's what it was for Charmaine. I feel like she definitely lived in the facade of what was going on as far as this business and what role she played and all of the people who surrounded her. I feel like she definitely lived in a facade, or she lived kind of in her own matrix that she built herself that was kind of fake. It was real, but it was fake. And then it had a season, kind of like they say with relationships. Some of you people marry the niggas that were only there for a season, kind of like that. So like that season of all that shit they used to do was kind of passing, which Ryan has a lot to do with that. I feel like we would all still come and watch them still party and do the same shit they were doing, because they've been doing the same shit that they've been doing for the last however many seasons they've been on. And that's the whole reason why I talked about Ryan. Like, he's not getting anywhere with them. So I feel like I realize and I can understand why he left. But he got some issues and he's shady, and I'm supposed to be his friends, and the way he goes about it is just never right. And where Charmaine, my heart kind of goes out to her because I know how it feels. I feel like she was kind of blindsided in some sense, but in a sense I'm like, bitch, suck it up, stop doing all that crying. Like, you about to get married to a fine little chocolate Haitian brother. I think he's Haitian. Your life was good before you got there. Not saying that money makes you happy or makes you have a perfect life, because we know those who have a lot of money who suffer. Sorry, I had to open my door. It got hot in this bitch. And that's just it. But I totally feel her. When I got to high school, I had to tell my brother, because, he was held back 2 years. So he was in school a little bit longer. But he just graduated here recently, and he's 20. And I think it was 11th or 10th grade, he started to have these issues with certain friends he had been friends with for a while. And I was like, nigga, chill out. He's a Cancer, so they're sensitive. And I was like, dude, chill out. Most of these people that you fuck with now, you will never ever fuck with again, ever in your life. Like, and I swear to God, like, mark my word. And what I said came to fruition. Like I said, a lot of these friends, not saying they're not real friends, we all go on our own journeys. A lot of us, especially females, if you did get pregnant in high school, a lot of you have your first baby within like 18 and 21. Or that, at least that's how it used to be. A lot of you women are locking the nana up, or the punani up, because you guys are on Instagram and you guys are fucking with some rappers and shit, and y'all like, nah, fuck this. If I'm gonna, get pregnant, I'm gonna get pregnant by a nigga with some money. And kudos to you. That's how it probably should have been anyway. Y'all keep fucking with these fuck ass niggas who don't have no jobs, who don't have no money, who don't have no car, who don't have no house. I don't understand. Oh my God, Jesus and Satan. Like, I just don't. Jesus and Satan. I don't understand it. But, NYMAG is just a mess. And definitely on the spectrum of all the new NYMAG, especially since we have Compton coming up. I knew Compton is going to be popping. I will not bring myself to watch it, but I probably will get around to it. We'll see what happens. But, my brother personally and my friends personally do not like NYMAG Chicago for some reason. I really didn't either at one time, but I feel like I don't have cable. So when the other shows are not on, I definitely, right now they've got it set up good. So right now I know that like Basketball Wives comes on, and then it's like Girls Cruise comes on one day, and then Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta comes on one day, and the NYMAG was coming on one day, or Black Ink Crew was coming on one day. So they all like kind of transition Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So everything is just right, because I need to wake up and have my piece of my reality TV. It gives me life. So, like I said, this may have not been an intuitive reading. I could probably read more into Ryan. I don't feel like it. There is something off that doesn't interest me about him. In the same sense, I just contradicted myself because I made a video about him. But something about him just does it's not interesting. I feel like he's the guy who's fine, but he's boring. There's like something kind of boring, and I feel like it's the sadness in it. And like they always say, it always goes back to childhood. And I feel like he was loved and he had a good life with his parents for some reason. He probably talked about it on the show. I missed like a season or two in between. And I'm kind of scattered all over the place with that branch of the Black Ink. But the shit was just shady. He's just shady. If you don't want to fuck with Non-Mag anymore, I know you kind of brought this to TV on that end of the world as far as Chicago. But nigga, them other niggas can do this themselves and I think can still have a successful show. I mean, every show goes through transitions where you lose a lot of times some people who kind of made the show or kind of who brought a lot of energy to the show, but it's all good. Like, it's mad people out here they could hire to be on that show to make it okay. But as far as that go, Ryan definitely needs to go see a healer or something. And I would recommend all the rest of the cast just to stay away from him and don't get too many feelings wrapped and involved because Ryan definitely is tunnel visioned right now and he has been for a long time and Ryan has his eye on a certain prize and I don't know what that is, but he is aiming to get that and he's gonna get there. He's definitely one of those ones who came to showbiz for the right reasons and he's gonna get what he wants at any cost. So I definitely would tell some of them to watch your backs. Just watch your backs. I don't see him being malicious towards any of them or, throwing them up for a sacrifice or the and we'll do sacrifices on a totally different video because sacrifices don't always have to be you're killing or murdering somebody. Like, you can sacrifice people in so many different ways, and you can sacrifice and sell your soul in so many other ways. It doesn't just have to do with sacrificing the person. That's that Hollywood shit, and that's that mind and that mind frame that we're stuck in now because a lot of stuff has come out around Hollywood, and we've been following kind of these sacrifices for a while, or murders or deaths or whatever you want to call it, allegedly. Don't want to get in any trouble. Not that I give a fuck. I'm in trouble as we speak. But that is my intuitive reading. I definitely want you guys to like, comment, and subscribe to this page. I know you can't see me, but it's all good. It's all good. It's gonna be okay. You will see me one day. But I want to create a spiritual family, and I definitely want to pull in my outcast people. People, especially my solitary witches, my solitary reality TV watchers who watch reality TV by themselves. This is going to be a miscellaneous channel, but it's definitely going to deal with the topics of Hollywood, television, even music and celebrities. And as we go more further in, you definitely will get more of the spiritual aspect of what I'm gonna bring to you, what I'm promising. I'm definitely gonna bring it, you guys. Just give me a moment. Like I said, when you get in front of this camera, sometimes you go blank. You're like, damn, I had this whole video planned out in my head, and I'm just like all over the place, and that's how I was today. But we will get there. So once again, that was kind of a little piece of what I had to say about Ryan. I might post the other video because that really circled around him, and I really went in deep, and I really had talked to some people from that area who kind of had brushed shoulders with him, and I had a little bit more information. I want to watch what I say because that's Chicago. Chicago kind of scares me just a little bit, but it ain't never nothing but a motherfucking thing to get it popping. So once again, this is the Cursed Prophet. Some call me Moses, a root man, a conjure man, or maybe I'm just a bitch here talking about reality TV. But whatever it may be, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.